Hi everybody, welcome to video number 2 of I'm Suicidal. Okay, so video number 2 is the next part of the verse in Joshua chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, "Get up, go down, attack, for I am going to give you the war," or I'm going to win the war for you. So yesterday I spoke about getting up. Today I want to speak about going down. Standing up is like this, going down is like that. Joshua, as I said, had a massive army, well, quite a big army. God had whittled it down to 300 people, which is not enough to win the war. Joshua's like, "What? You said I was a mighty warrior?" Probably, anyway, it doesn't say it, but he probably must have been thinking that, and he also must have been thinking, how on earth am I going to do this with these 300 people? God says, get up. Get up. Position of worth, stand up. You're worth something. Then he says, go down. Take the journey. This is the direction of purpose. If we listen to God, he will give us the direction of purpose in our lives. I want to give you some ways that you'll find it. Number 1, take a piece of paper, write down your talents. Everything you're good at, even the things you're not so good at that you enjoy. God has put them inherently in you for a reason. They're yours. There are things only you can do. There are things only you can give to this world. They're inside you for you to use. They're not wrong. They're not bad. They're not selfish. They will give things to other people. If you are you, other people have a right to be them. You know, there are so many people who have stepped out and said, look, this is what I am. And other people write and say, thank you so much because you gave me the courage to be me. Being you, using your gifts, using your talents, being who you are, gives someone else the right, the bravery, the ability to say, thank you, because you have shown me I can be me. So, stand up. Go in the direction of your purpose. Write down the things that you're good at, the things that you enjoy, and do them. Now, I want you today, if you're suicidal, to pick one thing that you enjoy, and there may be nothing at the moment, but one thing you have enjoyed, something you have been good at, something you can just about cope with, even if that's just watching daytime TV. And I want you to see your purpose in it. I enjoy that. I like sitting in here on my own. That one friend that you can talk to, that one person that you occasionally can call. Call me if you need to, please do. Please let me help you if I can, because God has helped me. But here's the thing. The direction of purpose was also the direction of worth, because Gideon, who was frightened, who was the lowest, it says he was in the lowest tribe of Israel, and there's this mighty army that has been bullying the people, is now going in a direction. He's no longer hiding and hiding food. He's going in a direction. And what I want to say to you is this as well. The first thing that God asked Gideon to do was to tear down the idol that all of his family and friends and nation had been worshipping. And they come out and they say, who did this? And then his dad says, look, if your God is real, he'll get Gideon back, so don't you do it. And he gets actually called a name, which means against bow. In other words, against the God that we worship. And the God that we worship is going to get his own back on him. Gideon was made fun of, he was ridiculed, he was accused, he was rejected by his own people, and that's the first thing God got him to do. Do something that would turn his own people against him, and then he's meant to lead his own people. How ridiculous. Why did God do it? One of the reasons is because it made Gideon strong. And I know it sounds silly, but in his weakness he was strong. Suddenly this man who had been hiding food, so frightened of the enemy, was standing up to his own people. And that is one of the hardest things to do, to stand up to your family, to stand up to your friends, to feel that everyone in your community does not like you, and to stand there because God said it. Gideon only heard God's voice in that situation because he got alone and God came to him. Now, some people get alone to hear God, and some people are alone and God comes to them. There was a blind man who Jesus healed. The Pharisees believed he was cursed from birth, similar to some of the things that I have dealt with, and Christians believe that I was evil from birth. And the Pharisees then cast him out. They say, get out, and then it says Jesus came and found him. Gideon was alone. The angel of the Lord came to him. Mary was alone. The angel of the Lord came to her. Joseph was asleep alone. The angel of the Lord came to him. Sometimes when we're alone, God appears to us. The Bible says God is a very present help in times of trouble. There was a girl called Hagar. She was all alone in the wilderness with no water. Her son was dying, and God comes to her. When you're in need and in trouble, just like me at this tree, God will come. And it's not nowadays very often like an actual figure. It's a deep knowing, or it's in the face of someone else. Ask God for eyes to see him, please. Ears to hear him in your spirit and in your soul. Because if you're in need, he wants to help you. Just be willing to give him a chance. Just say, God, if she's talking truth, if there's any way you can help me, please do. Please do. But the direction of purpose was the direction of worth. Get up. I have a job for you to do. Get in that direction. Gideon gets up. He goes in that direction with a job God has him to do. What was his job? Mighty warrior. He was meant to be a fighter. What are you meant to be? It's inside you. Maybe all those things that your own community have been saying you can't be, you're meant to be it. And you're meant to just stand up. Don't fight against them. You don't have to prove it to them. Just live. Just get up and walk in the direction of worth, which is living. Walk in the direction of purpose, which is one foot in front of the other. Baby steps, like I said in the first video. And you're going to find that as you walk those baby steps bit by bit, there will people that will walk alongside of you. There will people that will come beside you. And if you allow him, God will come in to you. And bit by bit, those baby steps will be bigger than you could have ever imagined they were. And the things you will be doing may be small. You see, God says go down. That's humility. God lifts us up in worth so that we can walk with him in humility, in humbleness. The humbleness is saying this: I'm not as big as you, God. I'm not of as much worth as you, God. But thank you that you find such worth in me. Thank you that you have invited me into your worth and into your glory and into a relationship with you, just like you did with Adam and Eve. Thank you that no longer will I allow anything to take my worth from me, because you, God, you gave it to me. You gave me these things inside. You made me who I am, and you want a relationship with me because you think I'm worth so much, and yet you're worth so much than me. But my worth comes from you because you made me, and you made me in your image. So we go down in humility as we walk with him, who is saying, get up, you're worth so much. But God, I know I'm actually worth this. And God's like, I think you're worth so much, get up. That's video number 2. Get up. Get in that direction of purpose and worth. Go down. Because in video number 3, we're going to attack. Take care.